she's dead.
Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just.
NBs only have 4 moods.
You gotta wanna be the drummer in the band.
You gotta wanna be a battering ram. Young lovers with their legs tied up in knots. Young lovers with their legs tied up in knots.
Anna save me, Anna hear me.
Hey, you, don't you think it's kinda cute that I die right inside your arms tonight?
This video is for women loving women only, so if you're not gay, queer, bi, pan, all that good stuff, keep scrolling. I'll give you a minute. Well, not a minute, because we don't have that long, but you get the drift. Keep scrolling if you're not LGBTQ+. Okay? So everyone here is gay. A bunch of women loving women. Lesbians, I see you. Bisexual ladies, I see you. Pan ladies, I see you. Trans women, I see you. Okay, so now that this is a safe space, I just want to say that if you are a heterosexual woman and you're still here, I'm sorry you're gay. I don't make the rules.
When I was a child, I didn't think that 2 men should be allowed to marry each other, and it's not because anybody ever told me that. I lived in Canada, marriage equality was already a thing. My parents fully support the LGBT community. The reason I thought that 2 men shouldn't be allowed to marry each other is because I had consumed so much like television and other kind of media that portrayed the father or the husband as so incompetent and unable to like do basic things that need to be done in a relationship or in a family, that I just genuinely thought when I was a little kid that if 2 men got married, nothing would ever get done. I was completely fine with 2 women getting married, but 2 men, it would be the end of the world. Like, I couldn't imagine it ending well, so I didn't want it to happen.
Rather be alone than lonely. With you, I'm always craving more than I'm getting. Rather be alone than lonely. I can taste the sweet and heat that controls me.
People are always saying, "Hey, you're straight. Why are you so popular on gay TikTok?" And I'm like, well, first of all, but second of all, more importantly, look at me.
If you are trans, no matter what you look like, you are going to have people say that you look like a man. My friend posted a video of me that didn't disclose that I was trans, and it got 700,000 views. There was not one comment that suggested that I was trans or said that I looked like a man. But when I say that I'm trans, I get the idiots who say that I look like a man. It's a placebo. You can't tell that I'm trans. Come on.
Hi guys, so I've been getting a lot of questions about my pronouns recently, which makes sense because I'm a very androgynous person. But last night at about 2 a.m. I put in my bio that I identify as agender, which is different than non-binary because non-binary is like neither gender, right? Agender is like the gray area between genders, it's neutral. And I feel that way because I don't like being associated or conforming to the stereotypes of either gender. So really any pronouns work: she, her, they, them, he, him, just whatever y'all feel like at the moment, it's all good. Thank you.
What? Monogamy? In this economy? Does anyone want to be in love so we can split rent? You need at least a 3-person polycule to live comfortably these days.
Let's talk about the new emojis and how I think gay people will use them. First up, we have the Phoebe Bridgers emoji. Very excited for this to mean I'm gay and depressed. Rock! Hello, non-binary people. How are you doing today? This one's for you. We know this one's for the lesbians. And also, this one. This one's absolutely for when you have to pretend to be straight, as is this one, but this one's a little bit more broad usage. Boba. It's a gay thing. And finally, the trans pride flag. I mean, go at it.
Just because I'm wearing a beanie doesn't mean I'm gay, okay? I mean, sure, am I sexually attracted to women? Yes. Romantically? Duh, of course. Would I marry, have children with, and share a beautiful, happy life with a woman? Yeah, that's my dream. Am I exclusively attracted to women? Yeah.
So I'm a server, and yesterday I had a table. I did what I do at every table. I walked up to the table, introduced myself. Good afternoon, my name's Chloe. I'll be taking care of you. How can I help you? They saw my name tag. My name tag says Chloe Alice. So they said, "Oh, Chloe Alice, it's such a delightful name. Is that your real name?" I said, yes. Well, I said, Chloe is my first name and Alice is my middle name, but I kind of like saying them together because it's like Marianne, Chloe Alice. I kind of like how it sounds. So I proceeded to finish serving them, and right when I bring them the bill, they say, "Oh, thank you so much, Chloe Alice, and do tell your parents that they did a splendid job naming you, and that it will affect your tip." So I told my parents that they did a great job naming me.
Hi, I'm Helen.
And I'm Willie, and we're a fully heterosexual couple. So our friend came over today, you know, the kind that like teases you all the time because you deserve it.
You know, those super nosy friends you can't keep a single secret from.
Christy.
Look at that shirt! Aren't you just our little neighborhood rainbow?
Thanks, Christy.
Hi, I'm Christy, and Christ is in my name for a reason. Let's see this ring! Why are these two nails so much shorter than the others? No reason! I'm just such a welcoming person, and people can just open up to me, and God is my witness, they will open up to me.
And so then I was like,
Oh, that's a fun sound. What was that?
Nothing. Have a great day, Christy. Bye.
It's really okay, sweetie.
Christy sucks.
Alright, this is the Tender Gay Best Friend Challenge. Who hates men more? Who has the more unique music taste? Whose hair is weirder? Who is the disappointment of the family? Who is the hopeless romantic? Who is more touch-starved? And what's your love language? Who has ADHD? Who has more brain cells? Who is more street smart? Who is more likely to kill someone? Who reads more fan fiction? Who's the bigger nerd? Who is lazier? Who goes thrift shopping more? Who is more obsessed with hand/eye imagery? And who will die first?
One day I was on the Venice Beach boardwalk, dressed masculine, as usual. I walked by two men who were friends on different sides of the boardwalk. The man ahead of me said, "Hey, beautiful." The other man, policing his friend's heterosexuality, yelled, "Bro, what the fuck? That's a man." And I felt happy. The other man shouted, "That is a beautiful lady. What's wrong with you?" I walked past, completely satisfied with myself. Having disrupted the binary, I checked off my task on my gay agenda. Realizing now that girl who looks like a boy, but pretty boy, was exactly what I was going for.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. I'm a male. The secret's out. I'm a male. I'm a male. Ooh. Now, who's gonna put me in their mailbox?
So there's this rumor going around that gays are bad at math, and some of you might say, oh, it's because you can't multiply, but I actually think it's just because we've always been told that we don't count.
But you're here in my heart, so who can stop me if I decide that you're my destiny? What if we rewrite the stars? Say you were made to be mine. Nothing could keep us apart. You be the one. Upside down, I'll find the things they say just can't.
Hey, thanks, man. Great color. I'm straight too, but you know what? I'm gonna wear the shit out of this color, you homophobic Tony Lopez wannabe motherfucker.
I want to talk about the comments I've seen towards aromantics, asexuals, and demis where people say, oh, the straights want to feel special. Bitch, there are straight people in the fucking LGBT. There are straight trans people. Are you going to invalidate them because they're straight? But no, when you bring that up, people turn around and like, well, they're trans. It's different. No, it's not. Trans men and women are men and fucking women. And I bet you if they didn't tell you they were trans, you'd probably shit on them thinking they were cisgendered straight folk. Also, not every ace, aro, and demi is heterosexual as well as cisgender and or heteroromantic and cisgender. But when that's brought up, y'all say, oh, we're only talking about the cis-hets. Which, no, you don't get to cherry pick. We're either all valid or none of us are valid. You hate the idea of straight so much that you would literally invalidate entire sexualities and entire groups of people and try to be an asshole to them. Y'all are spitting the same rhetoric as the homophobes. Y'all just painted it rainbow.
Oh me, oh my, I'm so sad that I could cry, with a very good reason why. I've no one to be gay with.
Fuck? I don't fuck with you. You little stupid ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you. You little dumb ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you. I got a million trillion things I'd rather fucking do.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
I was counting money out of nowhere, she started topping me. Hey, put your phone down. Get on top of me. Get on top of me. Get on top of me.
Today I'm going to give you a crash course in LGBT archaeology. So the number one thing we have to remember is that homosexuality as defined by today is hard to apply to ancient cultures because they had very different definitions of it. And queer archaeology's goal is to not find homosexuality in ancient pieces, but rather to disrupt heteronormative views of it. Basically to stop assuming that every site follows the heteronormative standards of today. The lovers of Modena were originally thought to be a man and a woman, however, later they found that they were a man and a man, holding hands in a position that had only been found previously in married couples. Queer archaeology argues that basically we shouldn't write these two off as not lovers just because it was found that they are not hetero. Now let's turn our attention to these two, an Egyptian statue showing a woman and another woman in a position usually reserved for a husband and wife. Now a lot of archaeologists want to say that this is close friends, perhaps the best friends, but we know that's not true because I never seen two pretty.
She's been so much happier since she came out of the closet. She also changed her pronouns to they, them.
She?
Instead of using the word she, you use the word them. You know those gender-neutral bathrooms? Well, she'd use that, if it was an option.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Kids these days are so much more open than in our day.
Mom, do you think you could use my they, them pronouns all the time just to normalize them? If you practice, it'll just become natural and you won't even have to think about it.
Well, honey, you've got to be patient. Your whole life I've used she.
I'm gonna keep correcting you till you get it.
Alright, I'll try harder. At least you have a gender-neutral name. You can thank me for that.
Holla holla get dollar. Ha ha ha. John Madden, John Madden, John Madden, John Madden. Point, question mark, exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point, question mark. Ayu, 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 ayu. 999. I'm laughing for real right now. 999. John Madden. John Madden. John Madden. Football. John Mark.
Wait. You're not Beanie? That's so fucking cool. You don't have any beanie.
Bye, I love you. Ugh, disgusting. Excuse me? Why do you gays have to be so in our face about it? I'm minding my business and I'm just saying goodbye to my boyfriend. No, you're wearing makeup, acting all girly, and you have a boyfriend. That just all goes against nature. The mere fact that you look 800 years old is defying all laws of nature. Pipe down, Susan. Excuse me, young man. Clearly you never learned anything about respect. Me? Take your own advice. Just because you were forced into a boring and sexless relationship with some mediocre man does not mean you need to spew hate. Why, you little? Clearly happiness did not exist in 700 BC, but it's not too late to learn. No, you're right. Maybe I'm just a little jealous of your confidence. Huh? What? I'm actually a lesbian and I've been living in the closet for 50 years. Shit, that took a turn. Did you expect that? Guess I have, what do you call it, internalized homophobia. Yes, that. Come on, girl, let's go grab a coffee and forget this ever happened. We can unpack everything. Really? And no hard feelings, but wait, is your name really Susan? Actually, Barbara. We're close enough, let's go.
You say you... non-binary? What non-binary? Nabi not real, you make Nabi up. Only true gender. Nacho and Cool Ranch. Can't identify as Norbert. That don't make sense. No one's just born Nana Banana. You're not Nickelback.
So I haven't talked to my mom since 2 months on T, right? So my mom decides to randomly call me. And I answer, I say hello. She gets so excited. Oh my gosh, Cam got a boyfriend. I say, wait, Bob. I am the boyfriend.
What kind of Doc Martens you wear based on your queer community. If you're wearing a pair of double strap Mary Janes, you're definitely a high femme lesbian, just tap dancing around vintage shops like a goth Shirley Temple. Pansexual is like the Chelsea boot, because if you don't limit yourself when it comes to who you're attracted to, why limit yourself with shoelaces? Where my theater lesbians at? Bisexual, 3 words, basic bitch boot. If you're on the down low, bitch, what are you doing wearing Doc Martens? So you're a stone butch? You can be found slipping on a pair of slip-resistant chukka boots before your bar manager shift at the Wild Rose. Attention, all twinks. These 2-inch platform boots do not make you taller. They're actually a desperate reminder that you're 2 inches smaller.
So a while ago, my therapist was actually explaining to me the correlation between people on the spectrum and people who are trans. At the time that we had this discussion, apparently, I want to say 70% of trans people were also identified to be on the spectrum. And I thought this was really interesting because of the way that autistic people tend to process information. Being autistic, you tend to take things as they are, as you see them, and there's not a whole lot of room for bullshit. Most of cis society is built around bullshit that we made up. And it makes sense to me that certain people on the spectrum who are trans have no tolerance to uphold this bullshit that they don't understand. When you're autistic, things like small talk can seem pointless because they have a social function but not much of a logical or emotional one. Cisgender structures help us survive in a society built on pretenses, but oftentimes don't represent reality at all.
Glow Up LEDs is having a flash sale with 40% off on their best-selling LED strips. Click the link in the description and use the discount code below for an extra 10% off. Orders go towards supporting this channel.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow.